to change this to a QuickTime right here, or MOV, and decide a place where you're going to save it. And then you're going to want to, let me just go ahead and put it here. You're going to want to name it with your first name, underscore last initial, underscore name of assignment. As a rule, you want to make sure you don't have any spaces in your file names. It's good practice. Now let's go to setup. This is where you set up all the special things, mainly the codecs and stuff. Okay, now the one that we need to use is going to be MPEG-4 video. The one that is totally uncompressed, all of the frames are not compressed as animation. And H.264 is usually really good, but because we need to bring it into Vimo doesn't like this codec for some reason, so we will use MPEG-4. MPEG's a good codec. Codec stands for compress, decompress, and it reduces your file size a bit or a lot, depending on your settings. We're going to have this be frames per second, 24, and this is a biggie. We want keyframes every 1 frame. Now, when you're doing normal movies, you don't want to have this on 1. You have it more like every 15 frames. That's sort of a standard. The reason we want it on every 1 frame, that enables us to be able to play it back frame by frame. That's really important. Okay, and then we'll probably have it medium is fine, because again, it is just for a preview. We don't have to make it look beautiful. And if you made it best, the file will be much larger, and that could be a problem with playback. This being on 1 makes the file much larger than it would if it was on 15. So the smaller this number, the larger the file. But we need to have it on 1, because if we didn't, we wouldn't have our ability to scrub or play from frame to frame. Okay, so if you're finding that you're having trouble playing it in real-time speed or the intended speed on Vimo, then you could go back here and do a couple things. One is you could reduce it to a low quality setting. 2 is you could change the dimensions from 640 by 480 to 320 by 486. I'm going to say OK on that.